Imagine stepping into your home and instantly feeling a sense of tranquility instead of being weighed down by clutter. Over time, we tend to gather possessions, many of which we rarely use, without realizing the impact they have on our well-being. Clutter isn't just about physical space. It also affects our mental clarity, increasing stress, making it harder to focus, and even posing safety risks, especially for older adults. Take Helen, for example. She spent over 30 years in her beloved home, filling it with memories, keepsakes, and just-in-case items. But now, instead of feeling comforted by her space, she feels overwhelmed by the sheer amount of stuff around her. If this sounds familiar, know that you're not alone. The good news? Letting go of unnecessary items can create a more peaceful and spacious home, improving both your environment and your mindset. This guide will take you through the decluttering process, step by step, focusing on each room and helping you decide what to remove first. Whether you're downsizing, simplifying, or just reclaiming your space, small changes can lead to a significant transformation. Let's begin. Living room, creating space for comfort and relaxation. Number 1, old magazines and newspapers, clearing clutter and preserving memories. Helen always enjoyed flipping through magazines while sipping her morning coffee, finding inspiration in beautifully designed pages and engaging stories. However, over time, she noticed that these magazines and newspapers had started piling up on her coffee table, bookshelves, and even in random corners of her home. What once brought her joy was now creating clutter and making it harder to keep her space tidy. The truth is, if magazines and newspapers are more than 6 months old, they rarely serve any real purpose. The news is outdated, trends have moved on, and the information can often be found online. Instead of letting them take up valuable space, it's a good idea to recycle them responsibly. But what about those special articles, recipes, or travel ideas that still spark interest? A simple solution is to take pictures of the pages you want to keep and store them digitally in a folder or a note-taking app. This way, you can declutter your home while still having access to your favorite content whenever you need it. Another creative way to repurpose old magazines is by using them for DIY projects such as vision boards, collages, or wrapping paper. If you're feeling charitable, consider donating gently used magazines to libraries, schools, or senior centres where others can enjoy them. By decluttering wisely, Helen found that she not only created a more organised space, but also made room for fresh inspiration without unnecessary mess. Number 2, worn-out throw pillows. A small change with a big impact. Throw pillows are more than just decorative accents. They play a crucial role in making a living space feel cozy and inviting. However, over time, these pillows can lose their original appeal. Daily use causes them to become flat, lumpy, and misshapen, while exposure to sunlight can lead to fading. Stains, dust, and allergens can also accumulate, making them less hygienic. If your throw pillows are looking tired and worn out, it might be time to refresh your space with new ones. Replacing old pillows with fresh, stylish ones can instantly revamp your living room without a major redesign. Opt for high-quality plush pillows with removable, washable covers for easy maintenance. If you have sentimental attachments to certain pillows, consider restuffing them with fresh filling or recovering them with new fabric. For an eco-friendly option, donate gently used pillows to shelters or repurpose them as pet beds. If they are too worn to reuse, check if your local recycling centre accepts fabric materials. With just a few updated throw pillows, your living space can feel brighter, fresher, and more comfortable. Number 3, excess decorative items. Helen's home was a reflection of her life's journey, with shelves overflowing with souvenirs from past travels, delicate porcelain figurines from Europe, intricately carved wooden elephants from Asia, colourful ceramic plates from Latin America. Each item carried a memory, a story of a place she had once visited. However, over time, these keepsakes began to overwhelm her space, making it feel cluttered rather than cozy. One day, Helen realized that her love for travel and experiences mattered more than the objects themselves. She began asking herself, does this bring me joy? Would I truly miss it if it were gone? With these questions in mind, she started the process of decluttering. She carefully selected a few cherished pieces to keep and donated or gifted the rest to friends who would appreciate them. As her shelves became less crowded, Helen noticed a profound shift. Dusting became easier, and her home felt more open and peaceful. The newfound simplicity allowed her to focus on what truly mattered, her memories, rather than the objects representing them. Letting go of excess decorations didn't mean letting go of the past. It meant making space for the present and the future. Number 4, unused furniture, the extra chair that no one sits in, the side table that only collects unread mail. Over time, our homes accumulate furniture that serves little to no practical purpose. These pieces not only take up valuable space, but can also make movement more difficult, especially as we age. Cluttered environments can lead to tripping hazards, making even simple activities like walking across the room more challenging. Helen, a retired teacher in her late 60s, started noticing how her once cozy living room felt cramped and restrictive. The large armchair in the corner had become nothing more than a place to stack old newspapers, and the decorative side table was gathering dust, holding items she rarely touched. After reading about the benefits of a minimalist approach to home organization, she decided to take action. By removing furniture she didn't use, Helen instantly transformed her space. Her living room felt open, airy, and much easier to navigate. The absence of unnecessary pieces also created a more calming atmosphere, reducing visual clutter and making her home feel more inviting. Now she enjoys a clearer, more functional living area where every piece of furniture serves a meaningful purpose. Kitchen, making cooking easier and more enjoyable. Number 5, expired pantry items. We all have those long-forgotten pantry items tucked away in the back of a shelf. Canned goods from years ago, half-used bags of flour, or spices that have lost their potency. While some non-perishable items last longer than their expiration dates suggest, others can become a breeding ground for bacteria or lose their nutritional value over time. Keeping expired food around not only takes up valuable space, but also increases the risk of accidentally consuming something that could make you sick. Decluttering your pantry is an easy way to create a more organized and functional kitchen. Start by checking expiration dates on all packaged goods, including canned foods, grains, baking ingredients, and condiments. If something is far past its expiration date, dispose of it properly. However, if you come across unopened, non-perishable items that are still within a safe range but you know you won't use them, consider donating them to a local food bank or shelter. This way you free up space while also helping those in need. By regularly auditing your pantry, you'll not only prevent food waste, but also make meal planning easier, ensuring that everything you have on hand is fresh, safe, and ready to use. Number 6, mismatched food containers. Helen's kitchen drawers were a chaotic mess of plastic food containers, some missing lids, others cracked or warped beyond use. Every time she needed to store leftovers, she found herself rummaging through a pile of mismatched pieces, frustrated by the endless search for a proper lid. It was a daily hassle that wasted time and space. Determined to regain order, Helen decided on a simple yet effective solution, matching every container with its corresponding lid. She pulled everything out, sorting through each piece carefully. Containers that had lost their lids were set aside, as were lids without matching bottoms. She also discarded any that were damaged, warped, or stained beyond cleaning. Once she had a full set of complete functional containers, she noticed something. She had far more than she actually needed. To streamline her kitchen storage, Helen chose to keep only a few versatile sizes that stacked neatly inside each other. This not only saved space, but also made it easier to find the right container quickly. Going forward, she committed to resisting the urge to collect random takeout containers, ensuring her kitchen remained tidy and efficient. Now, every time she opens her drawer, everything is in perfect order. No more mismatched chaos. Number 7, excess mugs and cups. Helen had a habit of collecting mugs, and over the years her collection had grown to more than 20. Yet when it came to her daily routine, she found herself reaching for the same 3 mugs over and over again. The rest simply sat in her cabinet, taking up valuable space. This is a common scenario for many people. Mugs are often received as gifts, souvenirs from trips or impulse purchases, and before we know it, they accumulate into an overwhelming collection. The problem with keeping too many mugs isn't just about storage, it's about mental clutter too. Opening a crowded cabinet and having to sift through an assortment of unused cups can be frustrating. Plus, holding onto excess mugs means less room for items that actually get used. A great way to declutter is to pick only the mugs that truly bring joy or have sentimental value. Challenge yourself to reduce your collection to a reasonable number, perhaps 5 or 6 that you genuinely enjoy using. The rest can be donated to charity, given to friends, or even repurposed as plant holders or pen organizers. Simplifying your space leads to a more organized and peaceful home. Number 8. Old cookware, a hidden danger in your kitchen. Scratched non-stick pans, rusting baking sheets, and worn-out cookware are more than just an eyesore. They can pose serious health risks. Over time, non-stick coatings can wear down, leading to the release of harmful chemicals into your food, especially when exposed to high heat. Similarly, rusting baking sheets or cast iron pans that haven't been properly maintained can introduce unwanted metallic elements into your meals. Instead of holding on to old damaged cookware, prioritize quality over quantity. Invest in durable, high-quality pots and pans that will last longer and provide better cooking results. Stainless steel, cast iron, and ceramic cookware are excellent alternatives that can withstand regular use and high temperatures without deteriorating. Proper care, such as using wooden or silicone utensils instead of metal ones on non-stick surfaces, can also extend the life of your cookware. Decluttering your kitchen by removing old, worn-out pots and pans not only makes cooking more enjoyable, but also ensures your meals are prepared safely. Keep only the cookware you use regularly and replace damaged items to maintain a healthier and more efficient kitchen environment. Bedroom, transforming it into a sanctuary for rest. Number 9. Clothes that don't fit or aren't worn. Helen's closet was overflowing with clothes. Some she had loved once but no longer wore, others she had bought on impulse but never actually used. Every morning she struggled to find what she needed, sifting items that no longer fit her style, body, or lifestyle. She kept telling herself that she might wear them someday, but deep down she knew that day would never come. One day she decided it was time for a change. She came across a simple but effective trick: turning all her hangers backward. The idea was simple. After wearing an item, she would put it back on the hanger the correct way. After 6 months, any hanger still facing backward indicated a piece of clothing that hadn't been touched. This method made it easy for her to see which clothes she truly needed and which were just taking up space. By the end of the experiment, Helen had a pile of unworn clothes ready to be donated. Not only did this decluttering process free up space in her closet, but it also gave her a sense of relief. She realized that holding on to old clothes was like holding on to the past. Letting go created room for new possibilities and a more organized, stress-free life. Number 10. Worn-out bedding, the silent sleep disruptor. Many people underestimate the importance of good quality bedding in maintaining healthy sleep. Over time, pillows lose their shape and support, leading to neck pain and restless nights. Likewise, sheets and blankets become thin, scratchy, or even develop small tears, making them less comfortable. These worn-out items can also accumulate dust mites, allergens, and bacteria, potentially triggering allergies or respiratory issues. Experts recommend replacing pillows every 1 to 2 years to ensure proper neck and head support. Memory foam or high-quality down alternatives can offer improved durability and comfort. Sheets and pillowcases should be replaced every few years, depending on their material and wear. Washing them regularly in hot water also helps eliminate bacteria and allergens, extending their lifespan. Investing in breathable, high thread count sheets made from natural fibers like cotton or bamboo can significantly improve sleep quality. Weighted blankets or temperature-regulating comforters may also enhance relaxation and restfulness. Additionally, rotating and fluffing pillows frequently helps maintain their shape longer. Since quality sleep is essential for overall health and well-being, taking care of your bedding isn't just about comfort. It's about prioritizing better rest and waking up refreshed each morning. Number 11, excess shoes. Helen had a closet full of shoes. Heels that sparkled but hurt her feet, sneakers that were stylish but pinched her toes, and sandals that looked great but never felt quite right. Over the years, she had accumulated pairs for different occasions, always thinking she might need them someday. Yet, when she looked at her collection, she realized she only wore a handful of them regularly. The rest just gathered dust, taking up space. One day, Helen decided it was time for a change. She took out each pair and asked herself, do these shoes support me? Are they comfortable enough to wear all day? Do I actually use them? If the answer was no, they went into the donation pile. She realized that holding on to uncomfortable shoes was like holding on to discomfort in life. It served no purpose. By letting go of the excess, Helen felt lighter. Not only did she free up space in her home, but she also helped others who truly needed shoes. Now, every pair she owned was one she actually wore with ease and confidence. Decluttering wasn't just about tidying up, it was about choosing comfort and practicality over unnecessary accumulation. Number 12. Costume jewelry you never wear. A jewelry box filled with old, tarnished or unworn pieces can quickly become clutter that takes up valuable space. Many of us hold on to costume jewelry for years, thinking we might wear it someday or because it was a gift. However, if these pieces no longer bring you joy or serve a purpose, it's time to let them go. Start by sorting through your collection. Identify items that you haven't worn in over a year. Ask yourself if each piece still aligns with your current style and if you genuinely love it. If not, consider donating it to a charity or giving it to a friend or family member who might appreciate it more. Some pieces may also have sentimental value, perhaps a necklace passed down from a relative or a bracelet gifted on a special occasion. If an item holds deep meaning, you may want to keep it, but if it's just taking up space, consider repurposing it into something new or displaying it in a creative way. By decluttering your jewelry box, you'll not only create more space, but also ensure that every piece you own is something you truly cherish and enjoy wearing. Home office, reducing paper clutter for mental clarity. Number 13, old bills and paperwork. Stacks of old utility bills, bank statements, and miscellaneous paperwork can accumulate rapidly, taking up valuable space and creating unnecessary clutter. Many people hold on to these documents for years, fearing they might need them later. However, with modern banking and online billing, most of this paperwork is redundant. Start by sorting through your documents and identifying what truly needs to be kept. Important papers like tax returns, legal documents, property records, and certain financial statements should be stored securely. However, outdated utility bills, expired warranties, old receipts, and bank statements older than a few years can usually be discarded. Instead of letting paper clutter take over your home, consider digitizing essential records. Use a scanner or a mobile app to create digital copies. Then store them in a secure cloud service or an external hard drive. This not only saves space, but also makes it easier to find documents when needed. For papers that no longer serve a purpose, shredding is the best way to ensure personal information remains secure. Identity theft is a real concern, and tossing intact documents in the trash can put you at risk. Shred anything containing personal details before recycling the remains. By managing old bills and paperwork efficiently, you create a more organized, stress-free environment while protecting your sensitive information. Number 14, outdated electronics and cords. Declutter and recycle. It's easy to accumulate a drawer full of tangled wires, obsolete gadgets, and chargers for devices you no longer own. Whether it's an old flip phone from a decade ago, outdated computer cables, or random adapters, these items contribute to unnecessary clutter in your home. Instead of letting them gather dust, take some time to sort through your electronics and decide what to keep, donate, or recycle. First, identify cords and chargers that still serve a purpose. Label them clearly to prevent confusion in the future. A simple tag or coloured tape can save you time and frustration when looking for the right cable. For items you no longer need, check local electronic recycling programs. Many retailers and community centres accept old electronics for safe disposal. Additionally, consider donating working electronics to charities or schools that may benefit from them. Some organisations refurbish old computers and phones for those in need. By responsibly recycling or repurposing outdated electronics, you not only declutter your space, but also reduce electronic waste and its environmental impact. Start small by tackling one drawer or box at a time, and soon you'll have a more organised and functional space. Number 15, unused office supplies. Clear the clutter, boost productivity. Office supplies can pile up quickly, filling drawers with items that are no longer useful. Broken pens, dried-up markers, outdated planners, and stacks of sticky notes that never get used can create unnecessary clutter. These items take up valuable space, making it harder to find the supplies you actually need. Start by sorting through your office supplies. Test pens and markers and immediately discard any that don't work. Go through your sticky notes, notebooks, and paper clips. Keep only what you use regularly. If you have an excess of supplies in good condition, consider donating them to schools, community centres, or non-profit organisations. Many teachers and students lack basic office supplies, and your extras could be put to great use. Decluttering your workspace not only makes it more organised, but also helps improve focus and efficiency. A clean, clutter-free desk can enhance productivity and create a more pleasant work environment. Instead of letting unused office supplies pile up, take the time to organise, donate, or recycle them. You'll free up space, reduce waste, and make your workspace a place of clarity and efficiency. Bathroom, simplifying for safety and hygiene. Number 16. Expired medications. Expired medications may lose their effectiveness and in some cases become harmful. Over time, the chemical composition of drugs can change, leading to reduced potency or even toxic effects. Taking expired medications may not only fail to treat the intended condition, but can also cause unexpected side effects. This is particularly concerning for life-saving drugs like heart medications, insulin, or antibiotics, where reduced effectiveness could lead to serious health complications. It is essential to dispose of expired prescriptions properly. Flushing them down the toilet or throwing them in the trash can contaminate water sources and harm the environment. Instead, check with your local pharmacy, hospital, or community disposal program for safe disposal options. Many pharmacies offer take-back programs where you can drop off unused or expired medications for proper disposal. If no disposal site is available, you can mix the medication with an undesirable substance, such as coffee grounds or cat litter, seal it in a plastic bag, and dispose of it in the trash. By properly managing expired medications, you protect yourself, your family, and the environment from potential harm. Always check expiration dates and keep medications stored in a cool, dry place to maintain their effectiveness for as long as possible. Number 17. Half-used toiletries. Helen's bathroom shelves were cluttered with half-empty shampoo bottles, conditioners that had lost their scent, and lotions that had hardened at the edges. Some of these items had been there for months, gifts she never really liked, impulse purchases she regretted, or travel-sized products from hotel stays she thought she'd use later. Every time she reached for something, she had to sift through the mess, making her morning routine more frustrating than necessary. One day, she realised that most of these half-used toiletries weren't serving her any purpose. The lotions had dried up, the shampoo had lost its fragrance, and some bottles had only a few drops left, just enough to annoy her, but not enough to be useful. She had been keeping them out of habit, thinking she might finish them one day, but that day never came. Instead, they collected dust, taking up valuable space in her cabinets. Determined to declutter, Helen decided to be ruthless. She threw away the expired products, used up the nearly finished ones within a week, and donated unopened items to a local shelter. The result? A cleaner, more organised space, and a fresh sense of simplicity in her daily routine. Number 18. Old towels. Old towels may lose their softness over time, but they don't have to go to waste. Instead of discarding them, consider repurposing them in creative and practical ways. One of the simplest uses for old towels is turning them into cleaning rags. Cut them into smaller pieces to use for dusting furniture, wiping down kitchen counters, or even drying dishes. They're especially useful for heavy-duty cleaning tasks like scrubbing floors or washing cars, as they are highly absorbent and durable. Another great way to give old towels a second life is by donating them to an animal shelter. Many shelters and rescue centres rely on donations to provide comfort and care for animals. Old towels can be used as bedding for cats and dogs, helping to keep them warm and cosy. They are also useful for drying off animals after baths or cleaning up spills in kennels. Additionally, old towels can be repurposed for DIY projects. They can be sewn into reusable mop pads, bath mats, or even pet toys. If you enjoy gardening, use old towels as weed barriers or to line plant pots to retain moisture. By finding new uses for old towels, you reduce waste and contribute to a more sustainable lifestyle. Garage, reclaiming the most overlooked space. Number 19. Broken or unused tools and gadgets. It's easy to accumulate tools and gadgets over the years, especially if you enjoy DIY projects, home repairs, or gardening. However, many of these items end up sitting unused in garages, basements, or storage sheds, gathering dust and rust. A drill that no longer works, a lawn mower that has been replaced, or a set of wrenches missing half their pieces. These are all examples of clutter that can take up valuable space in your home. If a tool is broken and hasn't been repaired after months or even years, chances are you don't really need it. Instead of letting these items continue to pile up, consider donating tools that are still in working condition to local charities, schools, or community workshops. Some organizations even refurbish old tools and provide them to those in need. For gadgets that no longer work, check if they can be recycled. Many home improvement stores and recycling centres accept old tools and electronics, ensuring they don't end up in landfills. Letting go of broken or unused tools not only clears up space but also makes it easier to find the tools you do use. A clutter-free workspace leads to more efficiency and a greater sense of organisation. Number 20. Sentimental clutter. Letting go with love. It's easy to accumulate sentimental items over the years, gifts from loved ones, childhood toys, letters, and keepsakes from special moments. While these objects hold deep emotional value, too much sentimental clutter can take up space and make it difficult to stay organised. Instead of holding on to everything, consider keeping only a few truly meaningful items that bring you joy or remind you of significant life moments. For example, a cherished letter from a late grandparent or a favourite childhood toy can be enough to preserve memories without overwhelming your space. Another great way to reduce sentimental clutter is to digitize old photos, letters, or artwork. Scanning these items allows you to keep them forever without needing physical storage. You can create a digital album or slideshow to revisit precious memories anytime. Additionally, passing down heirlooms or sentimental items to loved ones can be a beautiful way to honor their significance. A piece of jewelry, a book collection, or a handmade quilt can find new life with someone who will cherish them. By letting go of excess sentimental clutter thoughtfully, you create space for new experiences while still preserving the memories that matter most. Helen took a deep breath, looking around her newly decluttered home. The transformation was remarkable. Gone were the piles of newspapers stacked high in the corner, the unused furniture collecting dust, and the endless trinkets that once filled every available surface. Now, in their place, was open space, clean countertops, and a newfound sense of tranquility. The air felt lighter, and for the first time in years, Helen truly felt at home. Decluttering isn't just about getting rid of things, it's about reclaiming your space, your peace of mind, and your energy. Every small step, from clearing a single drawer to tackling an entire room, builds momentum toward a more peaceful and organised life. Letting go of excess allows us to make room for what truly matters: meaningful connections, restful moments, and the freedom to enjoy our surroundings without the weight of unnecessary clutter. A home should be a sanctuary, a place where you feel safe, relaxed, and at ease. The journey to a clutter-free home starts with a simple question: what is truly essential? Once you embrace the mindset of simplicity, you'll find that less really is more. What room in your home would you love to declutter first? Let us know in the comments. If you found this guide helpful, hit the like button, subscribe, and share with a friend who could use a fresh start. Golden Years Balance, helping you live a simpler, healthier, and happier life.